Let's talk a little bit about choosing a home resort now that we've done an overview of them, and what you need to take into consideration when choosing a home resort. Because it is one of the few important decisions you are going to make when buying into DVC. Let's see here. So what's the relevance? The resort you choose as your home resort is going to dictate your initial buying cost, your annual dues, your contract end date. All super important aspects of purchasing and owning membership. There are people, including myself, that will purchase off of these three aspects and nothing else. So the purchase price, the dues, the contract end date. And the reason why is some people, when they purchase into Disney Vacation Club, they want to find the best deal. All points are created equally after 7 months. So, just wanting to pay the best price and get the most value for your dollar is important to some people, and it's not to others, and not one is better than the other. But it just depends what approach you want to take. So buying the best deal is approach number one, and you're taking the home resort and analyzing how much the initial buying cost, how much per average does it cost per point to buy at that resort, annual dues, what do their annual dues look like per point, and the contract end date. Every contract ends at a different date. Old Key West 2057, and etc. So that's definitely what you want to look at. Home resort also dictates a few other things. Mainly, with your home resort, you're going to have an 11-month booking window versus a 7-month booking window at any other resort. So if you have a favorite resort or accommodation and you know that it fills up quickly, like the Grand Floridian or Bay Lake, you want to buy there because the 11-month booking window is going to be important to ensure that you get the resort you want. Like I said, this is also true for certain accommodation types, like the treehouse villas, the grand villas, and stuff like that. So buying DVC to the resort that you prefer is called buy where you want to stay approach. I do want to mention that the examples above are not always unavailable. You can stay at Bay Lake and not buy at Bay Lake. You just have to grab it on time. Like I said, at 7 months, all points are created equally. So really quick, here is a run through of things to consider when choosing a home resort: size and popularity, contract end year, initial buy-in cost or cost per point, annual dues, how much it costs per point for annual dues. Is it $5.48 or is it $7? Number of points required for accommodations that you would like, so that's going to differ between, from each resort. Room sizes, again, like you saw, some rooms, maybe you're okay with a studio, but you have, a small child or 2 small children and you don't want to be so cramped, so maybe buying at Bay Lake is not for you. Location and what park it's near, that's also important. Animal Kingdom is far from everything except Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom Lodge is far from everything. So that's something that you want to take into consideration if you want to be able to view Wishes, or you want to be close to Magic Kingdom or Epcot. It's going to depend. And also the theme and decor. Obviously, as you saw, some there are resorts that are like the theme is a little bit stronger than others. Some are more subtle. So you want to take that into consideration when choosing your home resort. I think a good place to start is this slideshow, of course, but also going to the timeshare store, their website, and looking at what the prices per point on average looks like for each home resort, and basing it off that, and outweighing, how much you value a specific resort or accommodation and how much value you want to put on your dollar. It's really up to you. So next, we are going to talk about how many points is right for you. So let's talk about that a little bit. How many points do I need? This is going to be unique to every owner slash purchaser. And the only way to really decide is to get a feel for how many points are needed for the accommodations that you want. So if you know, let's say you need a 1-bedroom, because you have, for whatever reason, you have 2 children, one's a teenager, you just don't want to deal with them in such a like tight space like a studio. So now you're gonna go and you're gonna look at what the points look like for 1-bedrooms, and let's base this off a week because it's gonna be easier. So this is Disney's Boardwalk Villas vacation points per night, brought to you by David's Vacation Club Rentals. As you see in the top right, this is off their site, so if you want to see any other resorts, just head on over and you can. So let's look at the dream season. As you see, it's broken up by season, so Adventure, Choice, Dream, Magic, Premier, depending which, you have to take a look at what dates you're going to traditionally travel in. And you see here that for a 1-bedroom vacation home at Boardwalk Villas, the standard, which is what S stands for, if you see S right here, on the top dark gray bar, there's S and BP, which is standard and like a view of the boardwalk. Let's say standard, the dream is going to be 28 points a night. So let's say you're gonna stay for a week, per se. So what you want to do is, there are some points charts that will have already what a week is going to be as far as points cost. But let's estimate for now that a week at the Boardwalk Villas in a 1-bedroom is going to be 172 points. That probably means that you have to buy a contract for 150 points and another one for 25 points, or you could buy a 200-point contract. So that's kind of the way that you could figure out how many points you need. So I hope that this video has been informative for you. I hope that it has answered most of the questions you've had on the resorts, how to choose your home resort, and how many points to purchase. If you have any questions, reach out on my contact page, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get you an answer as soon as possible. Thanks so much, and thanks for visiting. I really hope you have a phenomenal day. Thanks.